Hi Facebook, I'm here with Anthony Sottile, who plays Manuel in Sottile Dining Experience, and he's going to be performing in Adelaide Fringe, and then after that you'll also see him at Melbourne Comedy, I believe.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. So we just thought we would kind of have a chat with all of our actors who are going to be in Adelaide and give you a little bit of background knowledge behind them.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. You don't seem to have a moustache at the moment.
No. I normally do. I normally am sporting like a moustache for mainly the entire year. But over the Christmas break, considering this time I had about 8 weeks off between shows, I thought, nah, shaving it off. And then I'm only just starting to grow it back in now. So a little bit of scruffy growth, but I'm getting there. Takes me about 3 weeks to grow a proper moustache.
Do you think having a moustache helps you get more into character for Manuel, or...?
No, it's purely a logistical thing for me. Back in 2011 I did Edinburgh Fringe, and with Edinburgh Fringe you're doing 2 shows a day, so it's 11 shows a week for about 4 weeks. And by the end of it, my lip was so red raw from the spirit gum, the mastic that you've got to use, the glue. My skin wasn't reacting very well with it. I had to even go out and buy makeup, like foundation, to put on my lips so I could just walk down the road because it was red raw. And after that I went, nah, that's it, I can't do this anymore. So I decided to grow it in, and I've been sporting a moustache ever since. But when I'm off, I shave it off, just so that way when I look in the mirror I go, oh, there he is. So I used to see Manuel all the time.
What do you think is kind of the key features, for becoming a Manuel?
His mannerisms, the way he moves, just his gestures. Andrew Sachs was brilliant at, just his facial features. It used to convey so much. I mean, his dialogue was so little. He didn't have a vast range. He didn't have a lot of dialogue to remember or anything like that, which is fortunate for the character, as an actor anyway. But he conveyed a lot of emotion and confusion, and all those traits that we know the character so well for, just with his face. So for me, that's what it is.
So, he didn't have a lot of lines because obviously he's Spanish and he doesn't really understand English.
Yeah.
And he's always kind of misunderstood. Like, what do you think that Manuel is actually trying to do? Is he an idiot, or is he just...
Manuel's not an idiot. He takes everything at face value, I believe. So he may misunderstand a word and interpret it as something else, but he puts himself into that wholeheartedly. That's what he believes the instruction is. So 100% that's his task, and he'll do his best to complete it because that's what he's been asked to do. He's very with regards to Mr. Faulty, even though it's kind of like, this is going to sound horrible, but it's kind of like a Labrador, or a pet dog. He'll do anything to please his master, but he at the same time is slightly afraid of his master because he's top dog. But he still respects him for the fact that he is top dog, that Basil is top dog. But he's just such a lovable character, and I think that's why everybody identifies with him so well.
How's your Spanish?
Terrible. It's funny. It's kind of like my Italian. I have an Italian background, but I understand it better than I can speak it, because it takes me too long to think of how to conjugate this word or how to put a sentence together and actually get it out there before the person's responded. Don't you understand me? I don't. But yeah, no, I do understand a little bit better because it's really quite similar to Italian. So many words.
It's a romantic language.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I reckon French is quite romantic, but I won't have a clue what the French are saying either, unfortunately. It's more complicated if you ask me.
Does anyone ever try to speak to you in Spanish and then you get stuck?
all the time. All the time. Fortunately, I can understand a few things that they say, and I kind of get a gist of what they're trying to convey. But we kind of have like a contingency. If someone's start speaking Spanish to me. Fortunately, hopefully, either Basil or Sybil are quite nearby.
And they can rescue you.
They can rescue me. Oh no,
Right.
no! Don't speak to him in Spanish. No, no.
Speak
He must
English.
learn English, and he must practice. So speak to him in English. Doesn't always happen though.
You've done Edinburgh Fringe,
Yeah.
you've performed with ITI for years now. I mean, I first met you in the Netherlands. That's how long ago
Yeah, back in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, how long have you been with the company for? Do you remember?
9.5 years.
Oh, wow.
9.5? Yeah, about that. Actually, no, coming closer to 10. I started with the company back in May of 2010, but I didn't have my first show until that August.
We have done 40 countries in the world. Actually, it's 41. We literally just performed in France, the first time I've ever been to France.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
So, if you can remember, where have you been and what's your favourite country?
Okay. Alright, well, I've been in Australia.
Obvious.
Obviously. I've been to India, the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, England, of course, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, the Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Cyprus, Belgium. I feel like I'm missing one.
New Zealand?
Yes, New Zealand, thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
And what was your favourite?
Oh, it's hard to say. I must admit, probably the best audiences I came across in the world, and I'm sorry, Australia.
You mean best audiences besides Australia?
Besides Australia, yes. The Belgium and the Norwegian.
Really?
Yeah. For me, anyway. Yeah. They listen to every word, they hang on every word, and they're just good players, and just a lot of raucous laughter. And you just feed off that energy, and you just feel like, you know, you're on cloud 9.
And the last time that you were in Adelaide was 2018.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about going back? What's your favourite thing about the festival?
I'm actually
You know?
excited about going back. I really enjoy the Adelaide Festival. If it's one festival that I can do throughout the year, it's that one. The atmosphere, it's kind of similar to that of the Edinburgh Fringe. Obviously, Edinburgh Fringe, that's just...
Well, I mean, Edinburgh Fringe is the largest festival in the world.
That's a monster on
But
its own.
Adelaide's the
It's absolutely
second
brilliant.
largest.
But Adelaide's the second largest, yes.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is a lot of it is actually condensed together, so you can get from one venue to the next quite easily. It's not horrendously spaced out. It's actually, they're all quite close to one another. And we're kind of in the heart of it where we are at the Stamford Plaza.
Yeah.
And no, I love it. I quite enjoy Adelaide. Adelaide's a lovely city to get around. There's a lot to do and a lot to see, especially during the festival.
When you're not doing, when you're not watching us at the Fringe,
Yes.
you should definitely see some of the Fringe stuff and
Oh, absolutely.
check out the wineries. I mean, you know, I mean, there's been some awful stuff up in the hills lately,
Yeah,
and
unfortunately, fires and everything.
yeah. So, as part of Adelaide Fringe, you know, we're also supporting the Fireys, and all of Adelaide Fringe is getting behind the Adelaide Hills. So do go check out the Adelaide Hills, check out the wineries around there, because, you know, it's important that we get South Australia kind of back up as a tourist destination.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Barossa Valley is... I mean, I've done a couple of winery tours there, and yeah, brilliant. Great wine. Great wine. Well, not even that, but just a great day out. It's a great day out. Yeah. You're there too, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I get there a day before you guys. I'm going to be going around and watching hundreds of shows. Great fun. So.
Are you doing our box office?
I'll be there on the door. You can come see this beautiful face every day, and you can buy...
Oh, you caught that look, sorry.
And you can buy programs. It's the first year ever, actually, in Australia that we're having programs for sale. So if you want to come along to the show and you want to get a program so you can remember who you saw, yeah, we'll have those for sale. Yeah.
Does that mean I have to pose for another photo? No.
Yeah. If people want to take a photo with you, you will take a photo with them. Thank you very
Oh
much.
yeah, no, I meant for the program. Is what I meant.
No.
No, I'm happy to post for photos afterwards. Just word of warning, I'll be very sweaty. Unfortunately, for me, it's a very physical role. It's like a 2-hour gym workout. Unfortunately.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming and having a chat.
Not a problem.
And thanks for watching.